Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Today we are from Group 1 want to present about safety standards and practice for engineering technologies. Okay, first and foremost, I will introduce my group member. I'm Akmal Haziq Memang Fuad. My matric number is 01 BCT 25 F3033. My friend here, Linges anak lelaki Sundra Kanapati 01 BCT 25 F3008. My other friend is Vishal anak lelaki Kanisan 01 BCT 25 F3030. And my other friend is Ashley Jezreel anak lelaki Kennedy Joseph 01 35 F35. What is the role of technologies in society? There are three core responsibilities. First is ensuring equipment is operated within defined limits. As technologies, we need to define the limits of the equipment. What is the limits of equipment? Such as their maintenance time. We won't want the equipment to be overdue on maintenance. So if it's overdue on maintenance, the equipment will be dangerous to our workers or to our other workers. Okay. The second core responsibility is conducting routine inspections and maintenance. Like I said earlier, if you want the equipment to run within defined limits, we need to set the limits such as the maintenance, the schedule, right? So we need to do a routine inspection and maintenance regularly. In Malaysia, we usually call it as PPM. What is called PPM? PPM is preventive plant maintenance. And then the third core responsibility is translating complex standards into shop floor procedures. What is shop floor procedures? It's like you going to a shop floor. A lot of people don't know what you you sell. So we need to make the complex standards easier for people to understand. It's like we are selling this type of product, but we need to make it easier for people to understand what this thing made of and how to operate this. Okay, and the role of all of this is, the goal of all of this is zero harm environment through technical discipline. So in our role as technologists, our main goal is to make no harm, none harm to environment, because right now we are doing SDGs, so it's a standards that so that we don't harm the environment during our thought process of constructing a building or anything. Second, hierarchy of standards. Okay, there are three types of standards in this world. As national standards, mostly in Malaysia. As international standard, a standard that adopted by a lot of the countries. And industry specific. In Malaysia, we are using OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, equivalent local bodies such as DOSH, HSE. Most of you guys have read it. And international standard. You guys ever heard ISO? International Standard Operation. I don't remember. ISO. There's a ISO code. There is ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety. They also have industry-specific standards. As an example, in electrical, they have an IEE standards for safety, and FPA 770E. Yeah. For mechanical also, they have a ASME for boiler and pressure vessel codes. Chemical also, they have GHS, Globally Harmonized System. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Akmal. So there are several hierarchy on controls. The first one is elimination, which means physically remove the hazard. The next one is substitution, which means you have to replace the hazard. And the next one is engineering control, which means we have to isolate people from the hazard, which means we have to remove people and bring them somewhere safe from where the danger is. And the next one is administrative controls. So we have to change the way people work, like signage, like training and others. And the most important one is PPE. PPE is used to protect the worker with personal protective equipment such as gloves and stuff. So next I'm going to talk about standard operation procedures, also called as SOP. The definition of SOP is step-by-step instructions to help workers carry out complex routines. SOPs are not just how to run the machine but also how to run it safely. Anyone can run a machine, but if it's not run safely, it can cause problems. That's why SOPs are created, so that we can prevent problems. And there are several critical elements in SOP, such as pre-start safety checklist, emergency shutdown procedures, and also required PPE for the specific task.
Thank you. And now I will be presenting about lockout or tagout, also known as LOTO practices. So the purpose of this lockout or tag technique is to prevent the accidental startup of machinery during maintenance or repair. Because accidental startup of machinery and repair can cause fatalities to happen. For example, wrong machinery start can cause workers to get pulled into conveyor belts and cause industrial related accidents. So the procedure to do this lockout tag or tagout practice is to identify all energy sources such as electrical, hydraulic, pneumatic, mechanical, all sorts of energy that are being used at a site, and to apply physical locks and identification tags such as machinery fail-safes, emergency switch, etc. And the verification is and also to add verification such as the tryout step that ensures the machine cannot start by accident. All of this must be compliant with OSHA Act 29 CFR 1910.147. Thank you very much. I'll proceed to the next slide. So the next step that we must applicate is hazard communication, or known as HAZCOM. So it helps us to create efficient communication with each another to prevent disasters and manage hazards. So there are many criteria to this, such as safety data sheets, also known as SDS. The key is to understand the 16 section format, also which consists of chemical properties, first aid, firefighting, etc. Another criteria is labeling standards, which refers to the use of pictograms to signify toxicity, flammability, reactivity, or any hazardous conditions that the construction site probably has. Also, another important criteria is the right to know. The technology's responsibility to ensure all personnel that can understand the risk of materials they handle. I'll pass it to the next person. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Ash. Okay, for my part, I will be going to present about the monitoring and auditing practice. Okay, continue improvement. This signifies that the safety system are dynamic, Organize use a model like the PDCA cycle: plan, do, check, act, to constantly evaluate and upgrade safety protocol, and the assuming that the policy created once will remain effective forever. Internal audits: these are systematic independent assessment index of rating of an external regulatory inspection. Companies perform internal audit to verify that operator process, equipment maintenance, and employees behave aligned with the established safety standards. Incident reporting, focusing on near miss, is a hallmark of the mature safety culture. By documenting situations when an accident almost happened, teams can identify systematic hazards and fix them before a real harmful incident occurs. Okay, KPI, Key Performance Indicator. The TRIT, Total Recorded Incident Rate, is a standard meter used to compare safety performance over time. It is calculated by taking the total number of recordable injury and lightness. Conclusion. Standards are the floor, not the ceiling. Regulation like OSHA, DOS, or ISO standard establish that absolutely minimum requirement to operate legal and safety. Treat these as your baseline, not your target. An excellent organizer aims significantly higher than the baseline to ensure genuine safety and infection. Compliance is the minimum, excellence is the goal. Complaints ensure you are not doing something wrong or illegal. Excellence ensure you are doing things the best way possible to prevent incident, optimize workflow, and maintain high morale. Stay updated on evolving codes. Standards are not statics. As technologies, materials, risks profiles evolve, such as those in your work on power grid or e-waste management. So too do the safety codes. Ignorance of the update standard is a majority liability. A safety workplace is a productive workplace. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you for listening it.